Hello, dear students. Welcome to the online classes presented by Southern Global School. I'm Mr. Farooq Sheikh, and I am again here going to teach you subject Social Science, Chapter 3, Cultural Heritage of India, Sculpture and the Architecture. So, we have already some points studied about this chapter about the town planning of Mohenjo-daro. Okay, so we are going to study about the further also this sculpture. We also studied about the sculpture, architecture, and I hope you all have by hearted this definition of the sculpture and the architecture. Okay, then the town planning of the Harappa. Okay, the Mohenjo Daro. Okay, in the Mohenjo-daro, you have studied about the Mohenjo-daro town planning, about the construction of town. This is the one point. Second point is the road. Third point is the drainage system. Fourth point is the public path, and the fifth point is public building. So, whenever this question can be asked in the exam, okay, if the question is asked in the exam, you have to write this all the points. Okay, then you write this information point wise. Okay, I hope all of you got it. This okay, now we are going to study now the second is the Harappa civilization. So as that Mohenjo-daro was found out by the Dayaram Sahani and the Rakaldas Banerjee under the observation, the two British archaeologists, okay, marshals, okay, and the Colonel Mack. Okay, John Marshall and the Colonel Mack. So let us see about the Harappa civilization. So in 1928, when in the 1928, Sir John Marshall and the Colonel Mack, Dayaram Sahani, okay, and also with him the Dayaram Sahani. Okay, so Sir, under the leadership of Sir John Marshall and the Colonel Mack, just keep in mind these two names. Okay, the John Marshall and the Colonel Mack. So there Sahani discovered that very ancient remains of Indian civilization of Montegami in Punjab district near Harappa. Okay, that Montegami is the one village name, and it is situated in the Punjab. Okay, near in the Punjab district near Harappa. And the remains of the Indus Valley civilization were found from Rapar in the Himalaya region, and also the many of the remains of Indus civilization valley. They were also found from the Rapar in Himalaya region, Alamgirpur at Meerut in Uttar Pradesh, Kalibangan in Rajasthan, Lothal at Dholka in Gujarat, Desalpur, Shikharpur in the Kutch, Shikharpur in the Kutch, Dholavira, Rangpur in Limdi in Saurashtra, Srinathgarh Rojri near Gondal, Kuntasi near Morbi and the Somnath. So this all the ancient civilizations have been found. Okay, these are different regions are given. So from there which civilization are found, these are the very important. Okay, in the Harappa. Okay, this all you have to keep it on mind, and you have to by heart. Okay, so the which civilization were found, so the Montegromi in Punjab district near Harappa. Then the remains of the Indus Valley civilization were found from Rapar in Himalaya region, Alamgir at Meerut, then in Uttar Pradesh, Kalibangan in Rajasthan, Lothal Dholka in Gujarat, Desalpur Shikharpur in Kutch, Dholavira region, okay, Rangpur, okay, near Limdi in Saurashtra, Srinathgarh Rojri near Gondal, and Kuntasi near Morbi and Somnath. From this region, the different civilizations have been found, and the region of Sapta Sindhu river. Sapta Sindhu, you need to understand what is called the Sapta Sindhu. Sapta Sindhu is a Sanskrit word. Okay, that Sapta means seven and the Sindhu means river. And okay, where the seven rivers are meet, that region is known as a Sapta Sindhu, the land of seven river. Okay, so the region of Sapta Sindhu river is region of our Indian culture. The culture which developed here is known as Indus Valley civilization, and this region where that our Indian culture flourished. It is developed, and that is also known as a Indus Valley civilization. Its remains were found first of all from Harappa. That is why it is known as a Harappan civilization, and the remains that first time are found from the Harappa, and that is why this all the civilizations are known as a Harappan civilization. Okay, that is why it is also known as a copper. Okay, and Harappa copper and stones were weapons and many other things were found from this region, and from this region that copper and other stone weapons also found. Okay, and that is why this also known as the copper stone age, and also we can consider that Harappan civilization also that time there was a copper stone age was prevailed. Town planning of Harappan civilization was very systematic, and as it is in the Mohenjo-daro, what types of the town planning, as it is similar town planning was also found in the Harappa civilization, and it was also the very systematic. The granaries and the forts were remarkable. People of the age were fond of wearing ornaments. Okay, and such remains have been found. And the granaries and forts also were remarkable. And the people of that age they were fond of wearing ornaments. यानी कि वहाँ पे जो लोग थे वो भी गहने पहनने के बहुत शौकीन थे. Okay, like now also that many of the people are wearing the different types of the ornaments. Okay, and the girls are wearing this ornament. So as it is that time that men also are wearing the ornaments, big necklace. Okay, they were also wearing in the ears, earrings also. They were different types, but for the men that was okay. So they were also fond of the wearing the ornaments, and such remains have been found in the Harappan civilization. Now the third is the Dholavira. Okay, this is the Dholavira. So it is in the Kutch. This Dholavira region civilization have been found in the Kutch. So a huge and systematic ancient town contemporary to Harappan civilization has been found 2 kilometers away from Dholavira village. It is also not in the completely Dholavira. It is not in the Dholavira, but it is 2 kilometers away from Dholavira. यानी कि धोलावीरा से 2 किलोमीटर दूर है. So Dholavira village at Khadir Bet, and there is also the one village. The village name is Khadir Bet in vast desert of Bachau Taluka, which is about 140 kilometer away from Butch. Okay, and there is also the vast desert. बहुत बड़ा वहाँ पे रण प्रदेश है, desert है. In the vast desert there is the Bachau Taluka in the Kutch. Okay, Bachau Taluka, which is about 240 kilometers away from Butch. So the archaeological department of Gujarat surveyed this heap of ruins. Okay, they surveyed this heap of ruins. Heap means there was a big ancient civilization was found, and it was a very big heap, but it was ruined, यानी कि वो बहुत बर्बाद हो चुका था. Okay, that houses also were broken. It was not in the good condition. Okay, so the after this officer of archaeological survey of India had undertaken the research work in 1990 and 80, special task of excavation was carried out under the guidance of Ravindra Singh Bist, and the Dhoravira civilization was excavated under the guidance of the Ravindra Singh Bist. Remains at Dholavira, so palaces and main walls of town were painted with white color, and also their remains were found. So in the Dholavira, the palaces and the main walls which were the around the town, okay, for the defense from the invents, from the attack, the Ketis. So this town wall was built around the town, and that wall was painted with the white color. So such fortified wall encircle town suggests strong security, and also this suggests these types of the wall around the town is such the for the purpose of the security. This wall is made up of clay, stone, and other different materials. Okay, so this wall which was around the town, that wall was made from the clay, stone, and the bricks. Okay, now we are using that which red color bricks. So but that time they were using that two types of the bricks. That was one was the baked bricks and one was the unbaked bricks. Okay, and they were also using that brick which was baked in the sunlight, यानी कि सूरज की गर्मी में जो bricks को bake किया जाता है, that type of they were using the bricks. Now the potable water was available here, as was as proper system of water purification was set up here. Okay, that potable, okay, which is not made available to all even in modern age. Okay, that water that we can be pour in the pot. Okay, we can drink drinkable water. That potable water was available here, as well as proper system of water purification, and the water purification system also was very good. Even in the modern age also, we can't make like this system. Okay, we have water we are drinking, this not completely clear and clean and pure. There are also many of the impurities in it. So I am suggest you during this epidemic, please drink water after the boiled, or the boiled water first. Keep it during the night and drink, pour it in the pot in the morning. Okay, so this is the way that we can make ourselves safe. Okay, so in ancient time, in the Harappa civilization, okay, so in the Dholavira, so there was a potable water was available, and here as well as the proper system of water purification set up here, so which is not made available at all even in modern age, अभी भी इसको बनाया जा सकता. Number fourth civilization was that Lothal. So the Lothal is situated in Dholka Taluka of Ahmedabad district. Dholka is a place between two rivers, Bhogao and the Sabarmati. That Dholka Lothal is in the Gujarat. Okay, ये गुजरात में आया हुआ. And the Lothal is situated in Dholka Taluka of Ahmedabad district, and Dholka is placed between two rivers, Bhogao and Sabarmati. और जो धोलका है वो दो रिवर्स के बीच में आया हुआ है, Bhogao and the Sabarmati. So it is 18 kilometers far away from Bay of Khambat, and the place, the Dholka Lothal, it is 18 kilometers far away from the Bay of Khambat, from where three layers of human habitat were found, and from there three layers of the human habitat were found. A huge dockyard was constructed to facilitate ship in the time of high tides at the lower eastern part of the town. So from the Khambat, the three layers of human habitat means the three layers, okay, where the human were living, the three floors, okay, when there was excavated, so three layers have been found. So the dockyard was constructed to facilitate ship in the time of high tides, when there's a tide in the ocean. So that time also this dockyard can be used. It is useful. Okay, means that docket was not to submerge into the ocean water. Okay, so that was a system, it was a facilitate that seep in the time of high tides at the lower eastern part of the town. And this is the unique feature of Lothal. Here you can see this is two rivers here. Okay, and this here you can see this is the Lothal. So between these two rivers, okay, Bhogao and the Sabarmati, okay, these two rivers are here flowing, and this is the here the dockyard. So in this dockyard, that can be also used during tide, high tide. Okay, means these rivers are meeting to the ocean, means whenever there is a tide in the ocean, so that time this rivers water level also increase automatically due to the tide in the ocean. So during this tide, this dockyard also can be facilitated ship at the time of high tides. So, and this is the unique feature of the Lothal, and that was also there we can consider. So that time Lothal was a very good port of for import and the export. Means that time from Gujarat also people were doing trading, okay, from the India to the other countries too, from the Gujarat the other states to other regions too. Okay, so this can be possible. So it was a very good port for the trade. Such dockyard storage shops etc. So the proof of export and the import, and this is we can consider there is a proof of export and the import. This suggests that Lothal might be a rich and prosperous port of India. This is a matter of a great pride not only for Gujarat but also for history of India. This is pride for us. We should feel pride for this, because this Lothal, which was the center of the import and the export, that might we can be considered that it that time that Lothal was very rich and the prosperous. Okay, so we should feel proud for this. That time also that Indian have constructed the port also. Okay, so that is why we should feel proud. Okay, and we should feel for great pride for the our ancient culture. Now, Mauryan arts. Okay, these are the all the ancient civilizations. Now, what types of the art was prevalent that time? What types of the art? That is also that art was also the very rich in India. Let us see the Mauryan arts. Maurya, okay, Chandragupta Maurya and Asoka, they will belong to the Maurya dynasty. And the what type of art they have prevailed in their tenures? Stup. Stup, it is called that religious place for worship that Bauddha people. So, an oval shaped construction under which the remains of Lord Buddha's body were kept in a box is known as a stup. This can be asked. What is called stup? So, stup, an oval shaped construction under which the remains of Lord Buddha's body were kept in a box is known as a stup. It is a oval shape. Oval means round. It is semicircle. ऊपर से round होता है. It is a inverted oval. Okay, and there are five famous stup in King Asoka's time. Five famous stup. How many? Five famous stup during the King Asoka's time. And the which famous stup is there? First was stup of Sanchi, second stup of Sarnath, third stup of Bharat, fourth stup of Naganan, and fifth stup of Devani Mori. This question can be asked for the in the MCQ also, or in the fill in the blanks also. Okay, so these were the five stups were very famous during the Asoka's time. Stup of Sachi, stup of Sarnath, stup of Bharat, and the stup of Naganan and stup of Devani Mori. And in Gujarat, beside chaityas, vihars, and mutt were constructed, and also beside the stups, many of the chaityas, vihars, and mutt were constructed, where the both the monk, both साधु संत जो होते थे वो वहाँ रह के खुद का meditation करते थे. They were giving the preaching, they were giving the lessons. Okay, they were teaching also that time. Okay, so they were considered during this. The period of King Asoka was golden period of prosperity for Buddhist religion and age of sculpture and the architecture. And also we can consider that time period of King Asoka was the golden period for prosperity and the development for the Buddha religion. And this also can be considered that King Asoka's time was the age of sculpture and architecture golden time. Age of sculpture and the architecture. Buddhist religion has gifted caves, vihars, chaityas, and stup to the fields of architecture. That Buddhist religions they have gifted caves, यानी कि उन्होंने अच्छी अच्छी गुफा दी है. Caves. Now the caves are given, but the caves are not just only the caves like which was the natural caves where were the primitive means were living. No, but these caves are carved from the mountain single rock, and after they have made the different type of the prosperous and the magnificent sculpture also are there. They have carved it with the different designs, and also they have painted with the very glorious and the attractive designs. Okay, in the caves. So the Buddha religion has gifted the caves, vihar, chaityas, and stup to fill of the architecture. Stup of Sanchi, and here's the one of the most famous stup of Jain Buddha religion is the stup of Sanchi. So the Sanchi stup was built during the Mauryan period. It is situated at Madhya Pradesh in the MP. The stup of Sanchi is situated in the MP. Okay, just keep it in mind. And do you know on the which notebook, sorry, which currency of the note the stup of Sanchi is kept? कितने रुपीस की करेंसी पे सांची स्तूप को प्रिंटेड किया गया है. Okay, so students please find out and answer me the questions in the comment section. तो मुझे पता चलेगा कि कितनों ने ये वीडियो देखा है और कितनों ने जो क्वेश्चन पूछा उसका आंसर दिया है. ओके, नाउ वी आर वेरी यू हैव टू बिकम द वेरी सीरियस. आपको सीरियस बनना जरूरी है. सी द ऑल द वीडियोस. यू डोंट हैव अ टाइम, डोंट हैव इनफ टाइम. Okay, so on which Indian currency the Sanchi Stup have been kept or the printed. Okay, so Sanchi was made of bricks. It was a half in size compared to the present stup. This Buddhist stupa is a precious specimen of the art and the architecture. Now, because of the renovation and all, this stup is become the very bigger. But in the earlier time, when we compare to the present stup, it was a half in size compared to the present stup. And the Bodhi stupa is a precious specimen of the art and sculpture. Okay, here you can see that how this is the very well. It is a remote. It is a built. Okay, here also that people can be walk around the stup. Okay, so here different parts of the stups are given. Now let us see here that what is called the different parts of the stup. First is the hermika. So what is called the hermika? So the railing around the top of the oval shaped stupa is called the hermika railing. Here you can see this is the railing. यहाँ पे आप railing देख सकते हो. Okay, here you can see the railing. This is the railing. Okay, this is railing. So this railing which is around the stup, okay, situated shaped oval shaped stup is called the hermika. And on this hermika that people can revolve around the stup, they can do the pradakshina. Okay, second is the medi. So elevated circular part around stup is known as a medi, which is used for a pradakshina. Okay, and the elevated, okay, so circular part around the stup is known as a medi, which is used for प्रदक्षिणा, यानी कि इसके चारों तरफ घूमने के लिए जो रेलिंग बनाई गई है. Okay, it is called a pradakshina. Okay, and the pradakshina path, so a slightly elevated circular part around the temple or palace for worship is called the pradakshina path. Pradakshina is done in such a way that path place of worship is always to the right side, and the a slightly elevated, okay, circular path, यानी कि राउंड सर्कल में वो बनाया गया होता है. Okay, here also you can see this is also circular path where the people can move revolve around the stup. It is made for do pradakshina. Okay, the slightly elevated circular path around the temple or place of worship is called the pradakshina path. Pradakshina is done in such a way that place of worship is always to the right side. Means whenever that people are worshipping and whenever they are revolve around this stup, so that stup should be kept in their right side, यानी कि हमेशा वो कौन सी साइड में होता था, उनकी राइट साइड में स्तूप रहेगा. उस तरह से वो उनका प्रदक्षिणा पाठ बनाया हुआ होता था. Toran. So Toran also that we can see in another way the gateway, entrance. Okay, this can be said the entrance. So Toran means gateway that is built on two high pillars with artistic horizontal beam on it. The devotees use this Toran as a entrance. This is the Toran here. यहाँ पे जो आप देख रहे हैं. Okay, and it is also built on two pillars, हाई पिलर्स, एंड द विद द आर्टिस्टिक, और उस पर भी बहुत अच्छे से स्कल्पचर और द कर्व की डिज़ाइन बनाई होती है. एंड दिस आर द हॉरिजॉन्टल. ओके, दिस इज द हॉरिजॉन्टल आर्टिस्टिक. यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ होता है इट इज़ अ कर्व और डिफरेंट डिजाइन ऑल्सो डन ऑन द हॉरिजॉन्टल बीम ऑन इट. एंड द डिवोटीज यानी कि जो भक्त है दे आर यूजिंग दिस तोरण एज अ एंट्रेंस, यानी कि वो यहाँ से स्तूप में एंटर करते हैं. Okay, now the next is the pillar inscription. These are the here are the pillars. Okay, and on these pillars also something is written in the Pali, Brahmi languages. Okay, so this is called the things which are written on the pillars. It is called the pillar inscription. Okay, so stone inscriptions were made from single drop. Stone inscriptions carved out by the religious order of Emperor Asok are the base specimens of the engraving on stone. They were polished so well that they gleamed, signed. Such pillars were erected in Ambala, Meerut, Allahabad, Sarnath, Loria, near Naganand, Sanchi, Kasi, Patna, Bodhivriksha, near Bodhigaya. They were carved in Brahmi script. And these all the stone inscription and the pillar inscription during Ashoka's time, they are carved in the Brahmi script. Brahmi लिपि में वो लिखे गए हैं. Okay. And also that Ashoka is that very best specimens of the engraving on stone, and that stones were polished so that they can be clamped, यानी कि उसमें से बहुत अच्छे से चमक आ रहे, and that people can be read easily. Such pillars were created erected on the Ambala, Meerut, Allahabad, Sarnath, Loria near the Nandgarh, Sanchi, Kasi, Patna, Bodhivriksha near Bodhigaya. They were carved in the Brahmi script. Okay, this is the information about the stip. I hope all of you understood. And do write this in your notebook and by heart. What is called the differential part of the stip. Now the pillar at Sarnath. Okay, the Sarnath pillar, it is also very important for us, because on the top of the Sarnath pillar there is a one image or the one sculpture is there, and there is a four lines which are sitting back to back each other, and the below the line there is a Dharma Chakra, or also another word we can say the Ashok Chakra, and around this there is a animals are there, bull, okay, horse, elephant and the bullock. These animals are curved on it. Okay, and this is the picture. Okay, our government, our country has selected as our national emblem, यानी कि हमारा ये राष्ट्रीय प्रतीक है, हमारा ये राष्ट्रीय चिन्ह. Okay, so the stone inscription at Sarnath is the base specimen of sculpture. The pillar has four lines facing four direction, यानी कि चार सिंह है, चार लाइन्स है there, and they are sitting back to back each other by facing the four directions, चारों दिशाओं की तरफ वो देख रहे हैं. Sarnath preaching place of Lord Buddha, यानी कि at the Sarnath that Lord Buddha was giving his lecture. Okay, he was teaching of the religion, the values of the morals. Okay, what is the life he taught his devotees. So Sarnath was the preaching place of Lord Buddha. Dharma chakra are curved below the lion image. These chakra indicate trumps of religion. Dharma chakra that we known as in our flag, it is called the Ashok chakra. So this is called Ashok chakra, and also it can be said in the both, according to both, it's called the Dharma chakra. So Dharma chakra, it's also curved below the lion image, and this chakra indicate triumph of religion, यानी कि धर्म की विजय हो. TRUMP, trump means विजय, triumph of religion, धर्म की विजय हो. That is why it is called धर्म चक्र, यानी इसी के लिए उसको क्या कहते हैं, धर्म चक्र कहते हैं. Apart from this, it has sculpture of elephant, horse and the bullock, and also here elephant, bullock and the horse is there. This chakra has been placed in the national flag of Republic India, and this chakra also has taken place, okay, and also has been placed in our national flag. In which color? So navy blue color. And how many spokes are there in these Ashok chakra or in the Dharma chakra? So there are total 24 spokes are there. जो लाइन से चक्र में ड्रॉ की हुई, टोटल 24. Okay, so image of four lions have been placed as our national emblem. Okay, the question is asked in the exam that how many lions are in the our national emblem. So there are image for four lions have been placed as our national emblem. Actually there is a, in the 3D that we can see there are four lines. Okay, but in the picture we can't see the four lines. Why? Because this is the picture that which is the one back line, back to back line, that one line we can't see. Okay, so actually that we can see only three line, but in the reality there is a four lines are there. Okay, so this is the considered to be one of the best specimens of sculpture in the world. और दुनिया में सबसे बेस्ट अगर कोई स्कल्पचर है, okay, so that is our national emblem, that four lines facing four direction, which is on the pillars of the Sarnaths. Then the stone inscription. Stone inscription carved by the religious order of Emperor Asoka are the best specimens of engraving. And Emperor Asoka have been that carved that many of the his achievement, orders, treaties, all were carved on the stone. Okay, so the wooden art, stone sculpting, okay, shown as excellent specimen of art of architecture, along with erection of pillars of wood and stone. Beautiful arches are engraved to the door, and as it is stone inscription, and also there is a erection of pillars of wood and stone beautifully arch are engraved at the door, यानी कि दरवाजों पे भी सेमी सर्कल में वुड्स पे या स्टोन पे उसको कर्व करके उसकी आर्ट्स करके दैट ब्यूटीफुली दे आर आर्ट एंड इनग्रेव ऑन द डोर विच ट्रेस रिलीजियस behavior. Such stone inscriptions have been found from the Peshawar, Dehradun, Thane, Mumbai, Dhauli, Jugada in the Odisha and the Chennai, etc. So from this is the different places these types of the inscriptions have been found. Such type of stone inscriptions has been found from the foothills of the Girnar mountain on the way or to the Junagadh in Gujarat. And the many of the stone inscriptions also have been found at the Junagadh. Okay, other than these Palitana Jain temples on Setrunjay mountain in Gujarat, Jain temple 1847 AD of Hathi in Ahmedabad are such stone inscriptions which provides complete information in Sanskrit and Gujarati language. And most of the stone inscriptions are in the Brahmi or in the Pali, okay, or in the Pandu language, Pandu script. So that is we can understand. But at the Hatisi in the Ahmedabad are such stone inscriptions which provide complete information in Sanskrit and Gujarati language, which two language we can understand. But the Pali, Brahmi, and the Pandu, this we can understand. Okay, in the Asoka also has included that many of the inscriptions on the stone, but this language is unfamiliar for the archaeologists. That is why many of the information about the stones inscriptions also now not revealed, क्योंकि उसके बारे में अभी तक कुछ पता चला है नहीं. Okay students, so here it is a till the stone inscription is the completed. Okay, and the others I am going to teach you in the next video lesson. So please read all that, and what question I have asked for you, that answer in the comment section, that in which Indian currency there is a placed what Sanchi Stup. Okay, okay, so take care, bye bye.